We'll start off from the usual place. So Premier League week 7. Um, yeah, nothing
Good week.
too remarkable happened this past weekend. I mean, Palace lost to Liverpool. Yes, some people will say Crystal Palace should have got the penalty in that game, but everybody will be fine. I'm tired of talking about refs. Your boys, your boys got the win against Southampton. Brentford
Tough game.
beat
Tough
Wolves.
game.
I don't know. Like I don't think there's any
The
results.
scoreline sounds better than it is, but it was actually a tough game. So they didn't really play well. But I think that's one of the things that is a growing theme for Arsenal this season. Not playing well, but still getting the result. So sounds like champions to me, but too early to see all that.
Fair enough. At least you can hype your team up. My boys were going aura for aura in who wants to be worse against Aston Villa at the weekend. Game ended in the deserved nil draw for both sides. Like I don't
It
know.
was a good game. It was a good game.
Don't
I
know.
certainly thought you guys weren't as trash as everybody was predicting. It was almost like the narrative that Sky Sports was trying to drive was like Ten Hag was going to fall from Porto, and then this one was going to be the decider for him to get sacked. Like even in the commentary
Finally
for the
off him.
game, like
I don't
they
know.
were just this how they did this how they introed the game. They were like, "Oh, Ten Hag starts the game with 300 million of his signings on the bench," and I'm like, like
Bro. I
who
mean
comes up with that?
that's what everyone was harping on about. Like, oh, so you signed these guys and we are still starting with Leicester City's 2018 centre back partnership or something like that. Like, I mean, I didn't watch the game
That's
because I was in church, but
that's another take. Leicester City started. No, but that's true though. I mean, again, is it truly unanswered questions? Because I know we talked a lot about Ten Hag last episode, and that was one of the flags that I raised in terms of he's been given the opportunity to bring in players. And a lot of Man U coaches are always given the opportunity, and those players they bring in never actually do well for them. So it's kind of like almost the cycle being repeated again. But we're giving him more time. We're believing in the process. Trust the process.
that more time is relative because I mean there was a meeting yesterday in Manchester with the executive leadership, and I think Joe Glazer and the Ineos guys, Sir Jim Corona, Dave Brailsford, and the top guys running the club had a meeting today in London. We don't know the outcome yet. They haven't said anything to the
Man,
media.
they're always having meeting. One day the one's backing him. Bro, those guys are just
Bro,
confused. They're
bro,
always
bro,
looking for
bro.
who do
Like,
they want to hang on some some crucifix cross
like
every two to
if we are
three
keeping this,
years.
if we are keeping it in bulk, right? Like if we are keeping it in bulk, given how United, like the results have gone for United, right, from last season till now, like one can arguably say United have been a mid-table team
Yeah, but at the same
since
time,
last season, right?
I,
I
I, I
don't
would
know. I don't know what the ownership is going to make of that. If they feel like that's enough to fire the guy, I don't know, right? We'll find
I
out.
would I would say that United haven't signed a top tier player, not necessarily like someone who is a name brand, but somebody who is whether a name brand and also delivered on quality since Bruno. I mean, and Bruno is someone that, from my own perspective, Bruno came with a bang, did 1, 2 seasons of showcasing that he's the man, and then got paid and chills. Like that's what a lot of money. That's what Rashford did. That's Rashford hack. 1, 2 seasons of promising English talents, promising. Like I was watching this sort of YouTube video where they were explaining if Rashford will get into teams across the Prem and across Europe, and everybody seemed to believe that he would get into almost every team. And man, everybody's still talking about Rashford in terms of potential. Like, no,
So
can't
it
do
turns out
that.
some people actually think that guy is like 22, 23 for reasons best known to them. Like, I mean, they're
But
not
whether he's
United fans. They're not United fans.
how old
So,
is he? 25,
I mean,
26?
you see. Man's pushing 28. Pushing 28.
Whoa,
Bro, I
Rashford is
mean, let me
28.
not cap. Let me not cap on this stream, right? But I'm pretty sure that guy is pushing 28. Like, okay, he's what? He's 27. He's 27 this month. Next year is 28. He hasn't done his birthday. I thought he had done it because I knew he was done it
Bro,
on
no,
17th.
you cannot use the word potential with him because once you clock 30, that shit is
Bro,
like
like
you are.
October
In
31st
fact,
is 27.
in
The
fact,
next year is 28.
realistically, and this is why I sometimes like I think sports generally, like sports is kind of like very like unforgiving in terms of like age and like your potential.
Yeah.
Um, if you're in your 20, like 25, 26, and you haven't sort of showcased anything, bro, that's who you are. That's who you are for the rest of your career. It's very truthful in football, and I'm using the British football in this situation. It's very truthful in basketball, is very truthful in American football. Like you do not become like you do
Yeah, I
not
mean,
there are
most
no
of these
late
sports
bloomers.
generally, like, you are what you
At
are
that
at some point.
21,
Like,
23, like if you haven't
yeah.
showcased anything and you consistently building on that, like that's it.
I mean, I wouldn't write him off. I wouldn't write him off.
There's nothing that bro, this guy
He's my team's franchise player. I support the
no
team.
Allah,
I
no
don't
Allah.
think I have a choice here. Right. I'm not going to write Marcus Rashford off just yet. Right.
But
Uh Other results, Chelsea drew against Nottingham Forest. There was a bit of a scuffle where I don't know if punches were thrown, but I know the Premier League is charging both Chelsea and Forest for failing to control their players or something like that. And yes, and Postecoglou, those images. I mean, I wish I had one of those images to show you guys, but I believe man is at the point where he has come to the realization that Spurs are always going to be Spursy, right?
I mean they were turning up good to start the season, but again, I think what they did in the transfer window was not good, not good at all. Seeming like they lost Kane. Um, I mean, not this season, but last season. Like they haven't really done well to sort of replace those goals, and their midfield again is something that is decent. There are a lot of good pieces, but I'm sorry, Madison as your main creator is insufficient. It's like when you swipe that credit card, and then you're trying to pay for that expensive meal, and they just tell you insufficient funds. It doesn't mean you don't have money. It doesn't mean that you don't have money. It's just like
Yeah,
it's not enough for that meal that you're trying to buy. That's who James Madison is. Insufficient funds.
fair enough. Fair enough. Leave your thoughts in the comments, guys. Want to hear what you think about Spurs, what you think about United, and just I don't know, just any Premier League team to support really, and Premier League as a whole. I want to hear your thoughts. So keep your comments coming.